Hello beautiful flowers and welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you are returning, welcome back and thank you for your support. So today we have a very different video coming from me. It is somewhat budget related, I'll give you that, but what we're going to be doing is, you can see I have these books up here, these very old looking books. We are going to be taking these and turning them into budget binders. So if you're interested to see how I do this and kind of follow along and see how and what's going on, stick around and let's get right into it. Okay, so for a while now, I've been wanting to, I had this idea to take old books, like encyclopedias, like things that are just outdated. And, you know, I don't really want to destroy a book. Being a former English teacher, you know, books are very special to me, but I don't feel too bad about, you know, kind of taking these pages out of older books because, like I said, it's outdated information and, yeah. And it's just encyclopedias. It's not like it's some great work of fiction or anything like that. I think I'd feel worse about that. So what we need for this, I'm going to be making this into A6 size binders, because these books just kind of are that size, but I'm sure, you know, honestly, some books are pretty big. You could probably, depending on what size you have, you're more than likely going to turn your book into an A6 if you're going to do this. So what you need are some old books, so that you don't mind destroying. So I just went to my local Goodwill. Here in the Midwest we have Stuff Etc. At least where I'm living around, we have this place called Stuff Etc. It's a consignment store. Go to your thrift shop, anything like that, get you a few old books, and you might want to get a few more than you need just in case you mess up. So you're gonna need those, and then you're also gonna need a binder insert. So this is just an A6 binder ring. I got two different colors. I got two in this kind of like brassy gold, really pretty, and then I just got this kind of like black one. So that's what you need. And then I also got a couple of these epoxy Loctite epoxy glue thing, because it works really well on metal, wood, ceramic, stone, glass, tile, most plastics. It seems like it's going to be a really strong bond, and we're going to be gluing this onto the spines of these. Hopefully you're following on. This is like the first DIY I've ever done, so we will see how it goes. Other things you might need, you know, a pair of scissors to get the pages out of the books. And then I'm also going to be using, so let me get an example out. I've already taken out the pages of one book. And so as you can see, like when you just have this, it's pretty darn flimsy, but I'll get to that solution in a second. But you also have like these insides. So when you open up your binder, your new binder, you're going to have like maybe old looking stuff. You maybe don't want the plain white. So I have just some different colors of paper here that I can just cut up and glue in. Like this wood might look really nice on the inside of a binder, stuff like that. So I've got some of that as well. So first things first, let's take some pages out of these books. All right, so if you have an X-Acto knife, it's gonna help you out a lot, but you don't need it. A lot of these books can really just be ripped. So when you're looking at the binding of this, hopefully this focuses. I apologize if it doesn't, but you can sort of see they're sectioned off. You can see that the paper has been put in sections. So you can grab an entire section and you can see it's sort of separate from the rest. You can see where it has been kind of glued in on its own. So what I recommend doing, at least in the ones that I've already taken apart, is, well, first you'll have this page, which is separate from that. Usually these first pages are separate, but then you can really easily just rip it out, to be honest. And it comes out pretty darn easily. And then this first page, like I said, is just kind of on there. Many of the books will have this thread. That's why you might need scissors later on. But yeah, you just kind of take it section by section. You should be able to see where each section kind of ends, and just really gently pull it out. You might have some glue. Some books have the glue binding and some just have this thread that's kind of like tying. Oh, get a little rough with it. That's tying it together. So you just kind of have to do what you can there. So I'll fast forward through this and I'll pause like when I have like little bits of information that might help you when ripping out the pages. Be super delicate though, because there's this like, I don't know how to describe it. Oh, this book doesn't have it. There's this like mesh behind it that I personally just want to keep intact for my books, for my binders. So I'm gonna keep those. But anyways, like I said, I will fast forward through ripping this out and pause, you know, if there's any important information I need to tell you. All right, so we have gotten all of the main pages out of this. And then just to clean it up a little bit, I'm just gonna take my scissors, and sometimes you don't even need the scissors, the threads just pull out. But just to clean it up, I am going to take out, just kind of like smooth it down a little. I am gonna have like a hard piece of cardboard here so that the it kind of has a spine again. Like it's not gonna be so flimsy. But yeah, you just kind of bit by bit, and some of these are actually kind of sharp, like, so be very careful. And the reason I said to get multiple books, like more books than you think you're gonna need, is because you might mess up. Like you might rip this part, or you know, this part, the spine might be really, really, really flimsy, or and tear. So yeah, and definitely keep a trash can nearby. So there is this one taken care of. And so I'm gonna be needing 5 different binders, and I've already taken out 2, or I've already taken the paper out of 2 or 3 total now. So I only need 5, but I have 6 books here. So I'm probably gonna just do all of them just to be safe. Oh, that is gross. What is that? Ugh. Part of the thing about getting these from thrift stores is you might find something really gross. So, okay, I'm gonna continue on and get these last few books, get the pages out of them, and I will be back. All right, so I have all of the pages out of my binders, or my books. So all we are left with are the actual outer portions of the book. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to strengthen this inner spine. Now, depending on what was already in there, you know, it might be strong still, but I just want a little bit more strength, I guess, in this. So what I have is just a couple of pieces of like harder cardboard. I just got this from like a glasses case that I don't use anymore. So it's basically cardboard, but it's just like a little bit stronger. So what I'm gonna do is I cut it already to size, and what I'll need to do is take my epoxy and glue it in. But I'm gonna go ahead and get all of my pieces ready for all of these, and then I will show my demonstration gluing one of them. So let me get those around. I think I have almost all, so I'm gonna use this piece for this one. And then that is a good size for this one. Basically, I just wanted something to make it just slightly stronger. Granted, like the binders themselves, like the rings, will make it pretty strong because this is metal, but I just felt like I needed something a little extra. So for this, I need to cut this down just a little bit. So you can see it's easy enough to cut through, but it's still like pretty hard. I just wish they were a little bit longer, but I can't really control that, so. So now, this is the first time I'm ever using epoxy, so I'm actually low-key terrified. So what I am going to be doing now is twisting. Let me read the instructions really quick. Hold on. Snap, do not twist. Attach nozzle. Okay, that seems easy enough. Ow! Oh, that hurt. Okay, I snapped it. Now I'm going to attach le nozzle. Okay, I think I got the nozzle on. Oopsies. Okay, good luck. Here's hoping I don't burn my fingers off. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put the adhesive on here actually. And I think it said you have 4 minutes after pushing, you know, mixing the two sides together. You have 4 minutes to actually adhere it, place it on where you're gonna adhere it to, but I'm just gonna do it now. And technically I really don't need, is this gonna work? Huh. Okay, now we can see it coming out. Oh, this is really scary, you guys. Okay. Ooh, it's stinky. Oh, why does it smell like burning? All right, and then I'm just gonna get this guy, set it on that, and then I'm not gonna get any of this on my hands. Maybe wear gloves, you guys. And then I'm just gonna try and get it as in the center as possible. And then just hold it down rather firmly. In fact, what I could do is get a book to set on top of it. There we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna repeat this for my other ones, my other books here. Okay, so I have all of my books pressed down. So now what I'm gonna do is I have found that I want to use a few like colored piece of papers on the inside section of the book. So like as soon as you open it, you can see something pretty. So I've picked out that wood. And then I'm just gonna look through and see if there's any other styles I may want on the inside. I'm going for kind of like a darker look on these, so I might do like, ooh, this is really pretty. Do this as well. And then, not sure, maybe this guy here. Just like some darker looks. Okay. Shoe. Oh my gosh. So now what I will need to do is I have this guy, but you really don't need it. You can just like use a piece of, you can use a pen and a pair of scissors for this. But what I need to do is, oh, I wish my stuff was dry already, then I could measure it. Actually, you know what? I still can. Okay, let me move my epoxy to the side. Move this. This is literally the setup I have going right now. So what I need to do is I need to measure the inside of this part to actually, I'm actually not doing this book because I actually really like the inside of it. So hold on a second. I need to measure this right here and actually just mark it rather. A pin. So I'm actually just gonna mark where I need to cut my paper so it's the exact right size. And then I'm gonna move these off to the side and cut where I need to cut. And hopefully that should be the exact right size, which it does look pretty good. I'm not going for perfection here. And then I can just go ahead and take this, mark it, and this can be my other side because they're probably going to be the same exact size on each end. Awesome. Okay, so there is book number 1. Now I'm going to cut them out for the rest of them pretty much. And one thing I also need to do is cut a section for the middle. Yeah, cut a section specifically for the middle as well. I originally wanted to do this with fabric, but I couldn't get any in time, so. Yay, we did it! Go team! Okay, so we're done with this guy for just a second, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go ahead and glue. I'm gonna epoxy these, I might as well since I have it out and I have a lot of it. Hopefully before it hardens. No, it hardened! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It hardened. You have to work fast, you guys. So maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait and I'm going to, well, I just ruined that tip. I will put I'm gonna measure out these spines while I'm here. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't believe I did that. All right, y'all, we're gonna have to be mixing woods on this one because that's all I've got. Okay, so now what we need to do is get my binder rings around. So I have 4 that I bought, and whoa, 4 that I bought, and then I am going to do a very bad thing. So I forgot to buy an A5 one. So I'm actually gonna be taking this A5 one. I'm gonna be taking this out, you guys. I'm gonna be getting rid of this one. And I'm not sure how I'm taking this out, if it can just be ripped or, yes. Oh, that's so easy, you guys. That's so easy. Okay. That's all there. Okay. So here are all my binders, or my rings. So what we're gonna be doing is all in a row, very, very, very quickly, so my epoxy doesn't get hard again, which I don't know if I can save this one or not. All right, I've got another tip. I've got all of my pieces ready to be glued in, so, and I have all my books ready to go over here. They should be good to go. Okay, got another epoxy tip on. I don't know if this is gonna work. Whew, here we go, here we go. And since this is just paper, I don't feel like it needs to like be insanely glued because it'll, oh my gosh, sorry if my head gets in the way. We are rushing against the clock, you guys. We are rushing. Maybe don't get epoxy. I don't know. I probably could have done this part with just regular glue. Place the other side down. And I know y'all, I know this is not matching, but I ran out of the specific paper I wanted. Oh gosh, this is really slip slidey. So you really do, if you are using epoxy, you do have some malleability with it because it's not gonna set right away. All right, so then we've got the ring. So this is gonna be tricky because really it has this inner part here. So I'm like, I don't know. I think I should like put it on these sides because that's what's going to be touching the actual like construction paper. Wow, I'm really glad I bought 2 bottles of this epoxy because otherwise might be roughing it out here. All right, and then I'm just gonna press it down as best I can. It's stinky. Just put a little bit of pressure at first, but it will do its thing. So I'm gonna set that one to the side and we're gonna go on right to the next one because we got 4 to go. And this epoxy is drying up fast, y'all. Okay, so for this one, I think the black would look really good in there. So let's go ahead and get it. Oh gosh, makes that funny noise. Oh, it's so cool. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like slowly going down and filling up the tube. Okay, we don't have time for this, Michaella. We gotta get this going. All right, third book, here we go. This one's gonna be fast because we only have to glue the middle in. Good thinking, Michaella. God, this video is gonna be like 10 hours long for showing just basically gluing. What happens if you get epoxy on your bare skin? Asking for a friend. Okay, this one, let's go ahead and do this cool brassy. Let's do this brassy moment. And if you're gonna be doing this like me, which I don't know if I recommend or not, to be honest at this point, your binder ring is gonna slide around a lot. That's because the epoxy it's not gonna harden right away. It really isn't. So just just believe in it. Just believe that it will harden, because I'm already feeling this one up here, and it was slidey just a few minutes ago, and now it is hard as a rock. So that makes me even more nervous for gluing down these pages, because I can tell it's starting to get actually really difficult to do this, to push it out of the tube. So I'm gonna be going really, really fast. You guys, I defiantly have epoxy on my hands. Oh no, oh no. You know what? That's okay. The gold's upside down, but what does it matter to me? It doesn't matter. I have epoxy on my mat. Oh no. Okay. Come on, Michaella, concentrate, focus. Your hands are burning? No, they aren't. You've got epoxy everywhere? No, you don't. You're a queen. You should have bought a third bottle of epoxy? Yes, you should have. Well, we don't dwell on the past. Okay, we did it! Yay! Go team! Oh, don't move them. Don't move them, everyone. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, using the epoxy I have left, I'm just gonna reinforce the sides of these. I have a little bit left in my tube. So, all right, you guys. So I'm gonna clean up my workstation a little bit, and I'm gonna leave these for 20 minutes to dry, because that is what the epoxy instructions said. 20 minutes till get to like full hardness, and then we're gonna see, you guys. I'm actually really scared. I'm scared that the rings aren't gonna hold, but this is just a fun experiment, so let's see how it goes. See you in 20 minutes. All right, so it's actually been over 20 minutes, and just taking a look at these, they didn't turn out too bad. I can tell that, you know, this is the binder is actually really, or the rings I should say, are really stuck on. I think the only thing I would change is just to be more precise with my measuring because as you will see on some of these, let me get one. Like this one, for example, I measured the cardboard part. It's a little too big. So this one actually doesn't want to close. It kind of want to sticks up like that. However, I think once I get envelopes in there, it'll be okay. So now what I'm going to do is I have all of my binders here. I'm going to switch out my binders. So I think I'm going to try and match up the sizes as best I can. I know I want to use this thicker one and it has the A5 size in it, definitely for my A5 envelopes. So that's going to be, I'm just going to do that first here. So let's see. And actually looking at this too, I can tell I definitely got I was working in such a rush because the epoxy was drying so fast that I should have shifted this down just a little bit, but that's okay. So no. Okay, you guys, we have run into an issue. Like I said, I am literally doing this I'm making this as I go. So one of the issues I did not foresee was one, the binder rings are actually glued closed. So that's nice. And then when I actually close this, the envelope is longer than the actual book itself. So let me actually see what I can do here to salvage this, because I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, because this one's actually opening pretty easily, but I don't know how these other ones are going to open. Okay, y'all, what a journey I have been on. So what I ended up doing, because the epoxy had made it so that these didn't want to open, I literally took my scissors, put them between the rings, and pried them open and held it as I put the envelopes in. So clearly mistakes were made while creating these, but I think they turned out pretty cool. So this one is actually my long-term sinking funds binder, so the world's popular encyclopedia, and this one actually turned out the best, I would say. This is my favorite of them all. So you open it up, and yes, this is an issue, but I like the black hardware, and all of the envelopes actually fit really, really well within this book. So this one is personally my favorite of the bunch. So I'm gonna set that up there. Then looks like this one is my shorter term one. So shorter term sinking funds are in this one with Shakespeare on the front. This one's kind of funky because like it's dented in a little bit, but it's okay. So all of these fit in here really nicely. So I'm really happy about that. And then in this one we have my bills. So this one I kind of need to glue a little bit better because that's coming up on the side. So I'll do that probably sometime. But all of these fit really nicely in here, and I really like the green. I think it's cool. I will be getting new envelopes eventually, but for now they're just gonna be in these. Oh, these don't like to sit up very nice. Well, they're gonna be like this actually, eventually, so I might as well just set them like this. Can you see them even? Are they on screen? It's hard to tell. And then my final one is this guy right here. This one wants to pop open, but I think I'll train it to stay closed by just pressing down on it really hard. And this has, this is my vacation. This has all of my vacation envelopes in them. So they fit really pretty okay, I would say. Not the best, but it is what it is. Okay, now for the shame of it all. I completely forgot that my A5 envelopes would be a whole lot longer than the book itself. But one thing I will say is when you open up my Savings Challenge binder book, it fits really nicely. Like, it's perfect. So when I'm stuffing this, it's actually going to be pretty okay. It's just when you actually close up the book that it doesn't match. So here are all of my new binders. Super exciting. I'm just gonna keep my pride and joy on screen. This one right here is my pride and joy. Keep those other ones off there because they just actually, the sizing is just so perfect. So do's and don'ts, regrets and good things. So good things is these will look really, really, really cool on my new desk setup that I will get eventually. It's gonna be a few months, so I don't know why I did this so early. I think I was just excited to experiment around with them. But anyways, so yeah, pros, they look really cool. Cons, I did not realize that the epoxy would literally freeze it so you could not open up the binders. So that's gonna be an issue when I want to switch binders again, but honestly, whatever. Yeah, so things I would do in the future is I would probably find a way to secure the 3-ring in there without epoxying it. I know they come with like, here's my destroyed A5 binder like outline, and they have the holes in it. So they have these holes, they're kind of probably hard, there you go, you can probably see that. So literally the 3-ring binder has like, I know my 3-ring binders I ordered off Amazon came with them. It's like you put the 3-ring on there and then there's a button that you push in and it makes the 3-ring stay so it's not glued in. Probably should have done it, figured out a way that way, but I really didn't want the little button to be on this side of the binding, so I don't know how I would have fixed that. But anyways, thanks for coming along on this crazy ride. I appreciate it. That's all I have for you. If you are interested in seeing me try this again to make it so that I'm using like more books like these, or if you want to see me fix my A5 binder, let me know. Give me any feedback you have. If you hated this video, let me know that too. And I will see you in my next one. Bye-bye.